Hello everyone, my name is Tapsi, and the first piece that I'll be performing today is on grief because they say that grief is the most treasured souvenir of love, and here it goes. Grief is a silent neighbor who knocks my door on Sunday mornings when I'm barely in a state to pull myself out of bed. Because last night I drank 2 bottles of wine along with a plate full of burnt memories that are ringing in my ears like a calling bell until I could hear my chest pounding and my heart out, revolting to explode out of my rib cage like a kidnapped stranger wanting to come out. Grief meets me at odd hours of the day at random places like the supermarket aisle or roads that I barely travel to, reminding me to be gentle on myself, and sticks endless post-its of self-love on my bare skin that has now turned into a battlefield because my neighbor knows of the umpteenth times when I have been at war with myself, trying to wiggle out of a pain like a kid struggling to walk for the first time. Grief has walked onto me at lonely nights and crowded places during office meetings and alone times, draping me with a cardigan of hope as I broke down and crushed my heart into pieces that pricked parts of me I've barely felt before, wiping tears off my face like removing a thick layer of dust from the journals that I no longer use. Grief stares at me from the window pane as I talk to the moon of empathy and compassion, wishing the world to be a better place where people embrace vulnerabilities like their best friend and have the courage to invite their silent neighbor for high tea to discuss their lows without a pinch of judgment, fear, or shame, because grief is a silent neighbor, grief is a family friend. And the second piece that I'll be performing today, it's based on how as we grow along with the traumas and struggles we have, we build walls around our heart to protect ourselves. And this is a conversation with my own self regarding the same. My heart has tumbled out of my chest, spilling 1,000 poems like a graveyard of core memories, running marathons of grief in the barren land of reality. Partly waiting to be worn out as my favorite accessory while leaving a mark on my shoulder that reminds me of the first time when I fell from a bicycle, or the time when I had to share a cupcake because Ma told that kindness comes in all forms. The unfinished letter that I addressed to my younger self speaks volumes of how unfair I have been to myself, how every time I stepped out, I spelled love with my fingers on everything I touched, because I keep my hurtings in the back pockets of my worn out jeans and try tucking stars onto my hair because people call me as the guardian angels. But tell me, until how long can angels survive misery before they turn into sadists, figuring their own demons wearing a facade of I'm fine as they gulp down shots of it's gonna be okay? My heart now resides within the safety net I created, but sometimes it manages to slip away for naive smiles and drunk texts as I sit down near my window, leaning my head against the wall to pull down the curtains of maybe I'm not as strong as people believe me to be, and hold the pen tighter like I used to wrap my hand around Papa's pinky finger being a child, and end up writing another poem which calls me out in ways I've never heard of ever before. Thank you.